Good afternoon, everybody. Today we're going to talk about yogurt and how useful it is for our health. Actually, this presentation is supposed to be given to the primary school kids, thinking that they have no idea about what healthy nutrition is. And unfortunately, we are forgetting about our traditional foods, nutrients, especially yogurt. Now the yogurt that we buy in the market are not usually the yogurt that we used to consume when we were little kids. Therefore, I thought, and my friend Archel thought that we had better give this presentation to the university students. There are some reasons for this. First of all, they are the future mothers and fathers. So if they give logical information to their future kids, how useful yogurt for their health, I think it's going to be benefit of the society. Furthermore, this age group, like 17, 18, 19 years old young adults, have more words to say within the family unit, and we thought that they can at least persuade their mothers and fathers to prepare something nutritious for their meal. Plus, when they are at school, they are usually the consumers of fast food products and sparkling drinks. Instead of doing this, they might enjoy the taste of these useful nutrient, Turkish traditional nutrient yogurt. As a group, we decided, rather than we presenting this beautiful, fermented Turkish food, traditional Turkish food, to the students at Bilgi University Prep Program, and I'm sure you will enjoy watching them. At the end of the presentation, you will develop further insights about what yogurt is, how our body benefits from the yogurt, and maybe how we can relay the importance of yogurt to our future generations. Now the stage is dear Muhammad Saad. There you go.
Hello, my name is Muhammad. I will present the chemical fermentation of yogurt, how it's made chemical way. I will start with yogurt definition. Yogurt, first of all, is kind of food. We use it, some benefits food. Yogurt is food produced by bacterial fermentation of milk. The bacteria used to make yogurt are known as yogurt culture. It's two main types of bacteria. We will talk about it last. Fermentation of lactose. It's lactose, we call the milk lactose or sugar milk lactose. By this bacteria produce lactic acid, it's yogurt, which act on milk protein to give yogurt this texture or texture test or texture characters. It's acidic characters when it's delicious when we eat it. Second, first of yogurt probably happened by accident. Yogurt making like bacteria, lactobacillus, like basically everywhere on plants or in animals or on digestive system. When the first yogurts make as accident, as we said, all they need to make it milk and warm place to grow. This bacteria need two things, milk and warm place, to make this lactic acid or to make this yogurt acidity characters. Yogurt was delicious. They start making it in purpose, look before they know what the bacteria use. But what is the deal with yogurt? How does it work? Yogurt fermentation, simply, I will explain it simply as I can. Yogurt forms when bacteria, this bacteria, I said, bacteria from culture, fermentation culture. Fermentation, the sugar, lactose, and lactic acid, into lactic acid. The lactic acid make the milk more acidic, lower pH, it will be. Okay. There's in milk, there's protein named casein protein. This protein have two characters, insoluble, unsoluble. it will be insoluble in acidic in yogurt, pH, I think it will be 4. This casein protein will be insoluble it's like gelatin, it's like yogurt. It will be insoluble in acidic environment, but it will be soluble in pH, neutral pH or 0 pH in milk. Yogurt. So this casein protein interferes into lactic acid to produce this yogurt. The lactic acid makes the milk more acidic. The pH it will be 4, causes the protein in milk coagulates. Some changing in chemical form. 2 bacteria will be work in this process. Streptococcus bacteria and Lactobacillus bacteria. It's the main bacteria. We talk about it. Okay, these bacteria work in two environments, in acidic environment and in basic environment. So it will be in the half of it. Yogurt it's acidic and milk it's neutral. But how it's happen? Milk have two main protein or two main sugars, glucose and galactose. Galactose it's a primary, it's like a fuel to the cross. It's something important to our health. It's a primary metabolic fuel for human. And this is the formula of it. And it will be like this under microscope in the milk. And glucose is a simple sugar that achieves source of energy. It's a source of energy. Yeah. We deal with the people by money, but our brain deal by glucose. Glucose is found in the blood and in the main sugar that the body manufacture the body glucose from all 3 elements of food: protein, fats, and carbohydrate. But the largest amount of glucose derived from carbohydrate, like rice, like ekmek. It's Turkish food, Turkish food. And that's its yogurt formula, chemical. It's lactic acid. This group of acidity, it will be having. That's this group, which make it acidity, which make it pH change from 0 to 4. This group. Okay. At the list, we will talk about this yogurt culture. I told you about it. It's two main culture or two main bacteria. First of it, it's Streptococcus. It's Latin name. Streptococcus is a group of bacteria that cause a multitude of diseases under the microscope. Streptococcus, it's dangerous for our humanity if it come from the environment from the air. It makes some diseases like twist, punctured of round barriers. Illness caused by Streptococcus include strep throat and pneumonia and scrotal fever and rheumatic fever. Little diseases which made by Streptococcus. Second one, and so important, Lactobacillus. Lactobacillus is a bacteria normally found in the mouth. It will be in your intestine tracts and vision in the woman. Lactobacillus can also live in fermenting produce such as yogurt. Human appears to have symbiotic relation with this bacteria. Sometimes have become an important part of food digestion, although Lactobacillus can also contribute to cavities. Cavities, do you know what it means? Cavities, it's in your teeth. It will be fever or something like this. In the teeth, if allowed to remain too long with the mouth. And at the last, it's some benefits of yogurt. It's containing vitamin and vitamin B12 is so important for our health, and vitamin A. And it's helped to lower hypertension and prevent cardiovascular diseases, and provide relief to those suffering from colon cancer, and help the men have skin for there is masking flavored for your skin, and prevent vaginal infection in the woman. That we're talking about it. And there's some important, yeah, elevating constipation, anti-heart, colon cancer, and inflammatory bowel diseases. That's all. It's containing calcium and phosphate and zinc and potassium. And calcium is so important for children to build our bodies. And there is carbohydrate in it. It will be 2%. It's good for our health. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Saad, for your chemistry lesson. We really enjoyed and got really detailed information. Now, Merve Şensoy is going to talk about the fermentation process.
Today I'm going to talk about the importance of fermentation and what is fermentation is. What's fermentation? Fermentation is a chemical process by which molecules as such glucose are broken down anaerobically. Fermentation is the forming that occurs during the manufacture of wine, beer, at least approximately at least 10,000 years. The forming results from the evolution of carbon dioxide gas. This was not recognized until 17th century. The fermentation sometimes refers especially to chemical conversion of sugar into ethnical producing alcohol drinks such as wine, beer, and cider. It's carbon dioxide produced by yeast actively in the preservation of sour foods with the production of lactic acid such as sauerkraut and yogurt. Apart from alcohol, widely consumed fermented foods include vinegars, olives, yogurt, bread, cheese. You can see it here. In various parts of the world, more localized foods prepared by fermentation may also be based on beans, grain, vegetable, fruits, and like honey and many teas. And history of fermentation. Natural fermentation predates human history. Since ancient times, humans are exploited the fermentation process. The earliest evidence of alcoholic drinks made from fruit, rice, and honey dates from 700 to in many old times. In Neolithic Chinese village of Jiaya, and winemaking dates in Georgia in the Caucasus area, 7,000-year-old jars containing the remains of wine, now displayed at the University of Pennsylvania, were excavated in the Zagros Mountains in Iran. There is strong evidence that people were fermenting alcoholic drinks in Babylon, in Egypt, and pre-Hispanic Mexico, and Sudan too. French chemist and microbiologist Louis Pasteur in the 19th century used the term fermentation in a narrow sense to describe the change brought about by yeast and other microorganisms growing in the absence in an anaerobic way. And now our special subject is fermentation of yogurt. The bacteria used to make the yogurt known as yogurt cultures, as Mohammed said. Fermentation of lactose by this bacteria produces lactic acid, which acts on milk protein to give yogurt its texture and characteristic taste. Cow's milk is commonly available worldwide, and such as is the milk most commonly used to make yogurt. Milk from water buffalo, goats, ewes, mares, camels, and yaks is also used to produce yogurt where available locally. Milk use may be homogenized or not. Milk distributed in many parts of the world is homogenized. Both types of may be used with substantially different results. As we can see the fermentation of yogurt. Why food fermentation is important? Food fermentation serves 5 main processes to enrich the diet through the development of diversity of flavors, aromas, and textures in food substance, to preserve substantial amount of food through the lactic acid, alcohol, acetic acid, and alkaline fermentations, to enrich the food substance with protein, essential amino acids, and vitamins, to eliminate antinutrients and reduce the cooking time, and to associate use of fire. Fermentation allows to get 2 ATP gain from the one molecule glucose even without oxygen, as you can see here. Adenine triphosphate. Fermentation takes away the end products of glucose, so glucose can continue firing up the electron carriers and so on. Fermentation is important to baking industry because it's the process that yeast used to produce the bubbles of carbon dioxide and that make the dough rise. Fermentation is important in wineries and breweries because yeast use fermentation to produce alcohol. Fermentation is important in muscles because it allows the muscles to keep getting a little energy from glucose even when the oxygen supply can't keep with the demand. And that's all about fermentation.
Thank you. Thank you, Merve. This was a nice, brief information about fermentation. And now it is Eda's turn. She's going to tell us about probiotics.
Yeah.
Today I'm going to talk about probiotics. We usually think of bacteria as something that causes disease, but our body is full of bacteria, both harmful and beneficial. And probiotics, like probiotics. Probiotics are new bacteria and yeast that are good for our health, especially for digestive system. And probiotics are often called good or helpful bacteria because they help keep your intestines healthy. And probiotics, when you lose good bacteria in your body, probiotics can help to replace them. And they can help balance your good and bad bacteria to keep your body working. There are many types of bacteria are classified as probiotics. They all have different benefits, but most common are divided into 2 groups, Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium. And Lactobacillus is the most common probiotic. It's the one you will find in yogurt and fermented foods. And Bifidobacterium, which you can find in some dairy production, it may help ease the symptoms of IBC, irritable bowel syndrome, and some other conditions. And what do probiotics do? Some common treatments done by probiotics are irritable bowel syndrome, antibiotic-related diarrhea, and infection diarrhea. And there are also some researchers for the other condition of this probiotics, skin conditions like eczema, urinary, and vaginal health, and preventing allergies and colds. Probiotics are naturally found in our body, but we can also obtain them in some foods and supplements. Like homemade yogurts, homemade pickles, raw cheese, dark chocolate, kefir, and apple wine juice. And by adding more probiotic foods into your diet, you could see all of the following health benefits. Like weight loss, stronger immune system, improved digestion, and healthier skin, reduced cold and flu, better breath because probiotic destroy candida, and increased energy from production vitamin B12. And you will use more products which include probiotics, team for your health, and I want to say thank you my friend Nura for this beautiful slide.
We thank you. Okay. Now, I think it's time to practice yogurt making. Would you please take your seat? All right. How we are doing, Aytun?
First of all,
Uh-huh. Okay, we have a saucepan and
First of all, here,
Yeah.
pot,
empty pot, and then
milk,
okay, a
heat
liter
milk,
heated milk, but it should be cool, yani temperature, medium
Room
temperature, room temperature. I'm going to pour the milk into the saucepan. Okay, it's warm, room temperature, and
tint yogurt.
this is tint yogurt. How much should I add?
Only 1 spoon.
1 spoon, and then adding the tint yogurt into our milk and stir it until it all dissolves in the milk. And then,
We have to keep.
shall I do some more? Okay. It will go to,
On.
okay. We don't need to cover it up.
No, we don't.
Okay, I'm taking this to the oven now. The oven is not heated up, it's just in the
Room temperature.
room temperature. Thank you. Yes, everybody got the yogurt.
Yes.
Come on and join in front of the camera. Yes, please. I think there is our yogurt. Do you have? Can I have? Healthily. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for watching us.